I want to start with this because we're going to get into the conference tournament title games and some of the insanity that's happening over there. We did have a ticket punched. I want to open on Purdue and Indiana because we've talked a lot about how this Purdue team has their issues, and I think we saw it today. RC Xavier Johnson finished 18 points, 12 assists, did whatever he wanted to in ball screens, and if it wasn't for the single dumbest shot that I've seen at the end of a game in the history of college basketball. It's way up there. It's Xavier Johnson and Roscoe Smith in 2010. Do you guys remember that when he took the full court shot with 10 seconds left?
Yes, that was way dumber.
Yeah, that was way dumber. Okay, so the number two. But anyway, so I don't think Purdue's guys can guard ball screens. They have all those issues defensively. We'll talk about Purdue in a second. Indiana is the team that's in the question here. RC, can they get in the tournament? Where do you think they stand? And was losing to Purdue, what do they have to do in the Big Ten?
They got to win it. They got to win it. They got to win it. Well, they got to they at least got to get to the championship game. And I don't see either one happening. I just don't see them getting there. I mean, you can't finish with a losing record in the Big Ten and expect to get there. Like they got
Why not? It's one of the better leagues. I mean, you can go 4 games under in the Big 12 and get in. Why can't you get in 2 games under in the Big 10?
I said this. I don't think they deserve to get in. I just don't. I don't think they. I think they're a team we had on the outside looking at anyway. But I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they've got enough wins. I just don't think they belong in it. I mean, we could give it to them because they're Indiana and they're in the Big Ten, but they needed this game tonight. There needed to be a level of desperation. Unless they make a run in the Big Ten tournament, I don't see them being in.
I will stick up for my Indiana Hoosiers. My daughter's in Bloomington right now, and with my wife, and I have to make some fans in Indiana in Bloomington. So I'm going to stick up for Indiana and fight for the Hoosiers right now, and say that if they win a game in the Big Ten tournament, I think they play
just one.
Do we know who they play? Do they play Michigan?
They got Michigan in the first game, then they get Wisconsin if they win it.
Yeah, I would say if they beat Michigan, I think they're a first 4 team.
No, they got to beat Wisconsin, and we both know that ain't happening.
No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Here's what I say, RC. Here's what I say is the committee needs a brand name in the first 4. Carolina is no longer in the equation for the first 4. Michigan could be, but I could see Indiana or Michigan. One of those two, to me, has to be in the first 4 because you're not watching a first 4 with like Rutgers against, Wyoming or something. Nobody cares. You got to have a brand, and Indiana's a brand.
It doesn't matter because you got to reward a team like Wyoming or someone like that. If there's ever going to be a year you can justify it, this is the year. If you do something like that and just give it to another Power 5 team, you're going to get crushed for doing it. This is the year
you could throw
deserving yourself.
You could throw Memphis in the first 4, and that suffices. But you need somebody, is all I'm saying. You need somebody that's going to get you some ratings and some momentum, and that's not like BYU or SMU or, even a Florida. Like, I'm just thinking of the teams, and I keep going back to Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but I still think you have to earn it to be able to get there. And right now, for me, they've lost 7 of their last 9. If they lose to Michigan in the first round of the Big Ten tournament, that's 8 of their last 10 games. And so they gave some of those, like they gave away the Rutgers game. They had a real chance to win after they were up by 5 late in that game. They gave away, it was the Wisconsin at home. They gave that game away too. They had no business losing that game. They were winning that game all the way through. They should not be in a situation where we're talking about them on the bubble at this point. And I just want to, for the record, I just want to put it out there. If Memphis beats Houston tomorrow at noon, then we don't even need to talk about the first 4 because those they're in.